right, guys, we're going to be talking about somewhat of the aftermath of the Jacob Blake shooting. I'm going to do another video of that separately. It doesn't have to be too long, and it won't be that long. But recent update, the dude's paralyzed. Thank God. Fuck him. He was a, he's got a history of rape. Now that it's very likely that he's going to be paralyzed from the waist down, he'll likely never rape again. So that's good. I like that. But in less serious news, but still serious nonetheless, there's been this trend of completely accosting, bothering, harassing, intimidating innocent people, individuals who likely are in agreement with these Black Lives Matter activist thugs. Most people aren't really tuning in to the news. They're trying to live their lives. Most people don't do political analysis, do things that I do. So they saw the video of what happened with George Floyd and they're like, oh my God, of course Black Lives Matter. Yeah. We don't want these terrible things to happen without knowing all the facts and whatnot, which is fine. Most people aren't going to bother to research these types of things. But they'll act in the world in accordance with things that are communicated to them by violent activist thugs or the activists in the fake news industry. And so let's just go ahead and dive into some of the things that these activist thugs are doing that I have some serious contention with. So let's just go ahead and watch.
Down, Ken. That's crazy.
Put your mask on now, huh? Motherfucker. Tasty piece of shit.
Racism. White supremacy. Hey. Get somebody get.
Yeah, dude. So for those who don't understand what is happening, these Black Lives Matter activist thugs are going around in public and accosting innocent Americans. And they are demanding total obedience and unwavering support for their Marxist ideology, their dangerous, violent ideology. And you can see that almost everybody there is complying except for the people inside and, of course, this charming couple at that small table. And that girl, hopefully she just, best sex of his life that night for not cucking to these fucking thugs. But, again, it's just funny seeing the group that calls themselves the resistance. It's so funny to see the group that says they're fighting for people's rights. They want freedom and all this, bullshit. But they're acting like a bunch of thugs, violent, Gestapo-esque thugs, demanding, complete and total, obedience, a commitment to their movement. And if you don't commit, well, they're gonna insult you. They're gonna intimidate you. They're gonna get in your face. They're gonna publish your images of you, and they're gonna expose you and try to get you fired and do all this heinous, disgusting shit. And again, these are the people that are freedom fighters. These are supposed to be the good guys. They're supposed to be the protagonists in this narrative that they've manufactured. This phony narrative that they manufactured that gets spread around all throughout the planet thanks to their allies in the corporate media. But it gets worse. It continues. There's other examples here. So now here we got a nice lady. She doesn't even seem white. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your skin color is, if you're black, if you're white, if you're Latino or whatever, male or female. They're going to go after you. If you do not profess support for their Marxist communist ideology, they'll go after you. It doesn't matter. They'll attack you. They'll violently attack. They'll kill you. David Dorn is proof of that. May he rest in peace. God bless David Dorn. May he find solace in heaven. Black man in his 70s, retired. And, he should have been living out the rest of his days in total peace because he made it. He made it to that age. Black Lives Matter activists kill him over flat screen TVs and other stupid shit. That was David Dorn. They don't care. So here we got another lady. Here we go. Let's see what they do here. Yeah, where's the fucking manager, dude? Get these fucking people out of there, dude. They're harassing your customers, and you're not telling them to fuck off. These fucking losers and these activists, these Black Lives Matter activists. You might have missed it, but they're like signaling, like, put your fucking hands up, put your fists up in solidarity with the, with the very brave group of people that are apparently hunted down by spooky white supremacists. Yeah, I'm sure. There's another angle of this. I think this was posted by Lauren Chen, the very charming and talented Lauren Chen. Look at these thugs, man. All right, here we go. Yeah, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to pull on the religious heartstrings of this woman. And they're like, oh, you're a Christian? Because if you're a Christian, you would know that God loves all his creatures, and that includes black people. So Black Lives Matter. Then why aren't you putting up your fist? You must hate black people. They like to play these games. A lot of liberals, a lot of the Democrats, a lot of these modern leftists, these dorks, these fucking losers, these bread tubers. They try to appeal to the Christianity of traditional Americans by saying things like, oh, well, Trump is not like you. He was never one of you. Why would you support him? Well, even if all the things that they would say is true, which doesn't really matter. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to strap on a cuck belt? You think they're going to throw their fucking wrists, their little wimpy wrists in the air and screech resist like a fucking retard? Is that what you expect them to do? Or you just want to knock them out of the voter rolls by, keeping them at home, by filling their heads full of nonsense with your, bullshit arguments, which really, it seems like is what they want to do. But, kudos to this lady. She didn't cuck to the mob. She stood her ground, or she sat, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, this is not right. This is not good. Like, people should not be fucking doing this. And if it was, the roles were reversed, it would be absolutely disgusting. Man, I can't stand this. Like, I honestly can't stand this. And it's like, just to the bread tubers out there, the liberals out there, like, do you honestly think this is a winning strategy? Do you honestly believe that you're converting people to your side, or that you're winning people over with these intimidation tactics? Like, I'm genuinely curious. I don't want this to continue, because that would be the right thing to want. But if it does, I'm not really going to lose sleep over it, because this drives people into Trump's arms, to the arms of people like Jared Taylor, to the arms of people like me, who have a vastly different worldview. My politics are simple. Stay the fuck out of my life. Don't fuck with me, and I don't fuck with you. Those are the rules. And of course, I would just want to be free and not be fucking bothered, and limited government, because the government sucks. The more power the government has, the more likely they are to use it against us. These lockdowns prove that. These lockdowns absolutely prove that. One more video that I want to touch on Twitter. Just a lot of really good stuff on Twitter, man. I don't even know why Jack Dorsey is allowing this stuff, because all of this is basically B-roll footage for the Trump campaign to use when making the case. This is what the Democrats want. This is what Joe Biden wants. This is what Kamala Harris endorses. The Democratic Party cannot condemn violence, murder, rape, if it's committed, committed by members of Black Lives Matter activism, or one of these Black Lives Matter activists. If it's committed by Antifa, well, largely they don't even believe. They're saying Antifa doesn't exist. So I guess I just gotta lay the blame on Black Lives Matter, because that seems to be the focal point of all this drama. But it's true. They cannot condemn the looting. They cannot extend any sort of apology or extend any sort of sorrow to these families that are losing their businesses. That's a fucking problem. And people do notice. This is very important to watch. It's from Elijah Schaefer. I was going to say Riot. It's not his last name. It's Elijah Schaefer. He is the owner of the channel Slightly Offensive, very talented guy, very brave. Oh, he's on the ground, man. He's risking his life. Someone pointed a fucking gun at him a night or two ago in Wisconsin. Like I said, he's on the ground doing the Lord's work. All right, let's watch this.
This morning, get up, come down here, and what I see, I was not prepared for. I knew it was going to be a disaster, but I didn't know what a disaster looked like till I saw it.
And I can hear the emotion in what you're saying. I mean, what is the family feeling right now?
It's tough. This is a business that my parents started 40 years ago, small, out of their garage. It was a small business. Did it just to make a few extra dollars, and eventually it grew. 31 years ago, they bought this building, and so we've been here ever since. They're very upset about it. It's emotionally hurtful. We didn't do anything to anybody. Why did we deserve it?
Well, they didn't deserve it. They're just collateral damage in the war being waged against America by Black Lives Matter activist thugs. Violent Marxists, violent ideologues who want to destroy Western civilization, that want to displace and replace white Americans. They say this, not me. These are their goals. These are their, these are their fantasies. They snipe at innocent victims like this man here, and like the people that I showed videos of earlier. And all it does is wake more people up to the shit that's happening on the streets. And the Democrats are going to pay a penalty for it because they cannot condemn looting, rapes, murders, even animal torture. It was a fucking raccoon that was brutally tortured and murdered on camera by these Black Lives Matter activist thugs. Add that to the list of things that these thugs are willing to do. But if the media reported on it, it's like, well, the raccoon said the N-word, so they had to kill it. It was justified. It's not animal brutality if the animal is racist. It's probably what they would say. Fuck these people. God bless Trump. Vote Trump in 2020.